So we all learn in different ways, and we've all experienced one or two ways of learning. Today I want to talk about learning through trial and error. Not the most popular one to speak about, but it is one that is sure to work if you find yourself there. Trial and error for me is about trying things that might seem like they are a good idea at the time, and then realizing when you get there and you're doing the thing that it wasn't quite for you. And initially, when this was happening in my life, in my younger years, I'd get really frustrated that I just found myself in somewhere that I didn't want to be. And I blamed myself and I was hard on myself. Like, why did you do this to yourself? Blah, 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 blah. And I had that reaction to it. And because I had that reaction, it stopped the learning for me. Because I had made up my mind that I was the problem, right? And I had a really cool experience traveling around Canada. And I booked this holiday and I was going to tick off these major cities and have this great trip seeing all these different parts of Canada. And I was really excited and got on my flight, a little bit nervous, never traveled solo like that before. And I got to the first city, which was Toronto. And as I was walking around the city, and it's very beautiful in its own way, but I didn't feel that great there. And I already knew about myself, but I like nature. I like being in the elements. I like being around the forest, etc. And all of a sudden I'm looking and I'm in a city. And I'd just made the decision to go to the city. And my motivation for it was to tick off these, places off my list so I could feel like I had achieved something in my time in Canada, right? That was the real motivation. When I got there, I was looking around and I was like, I don't even like cities that much. I mean, cool place, Toronto, great experience, but I didn't really like the cities that much. And then I was thinking in my head, oh my God, I've just booked another 3 cities to go visit here. What am I doing? I'd rather go somewhere into the mountains or something. But I didn't really know that about myself, or I hadn't cemented that about what I want to do in my life until I had gone there, experienced it, and realized that wasn't quite for me. So it was a trial, then it was an error. But instead of cutting myself down and saying, why'd you do this? You've wasted your time, you've wasted your money, and then stopping the learnings, I stayed open and I said, you know what? I've just learned something pretty special about myself now. Now going forward, any other holiday that I book, anywhere else I want to travel, I know that what I want to go and do that most resonates with me and my truth is to be in nature. But I wouldn't have known that, truly known that, if I hadn't have booked that holiday. So then it wasn't a waste, which is what I used to tell myself, that if I made a mistake, I just wasted it and I can't go back now, and I'm basically an idiot, for lack of a better term speaking right now. So don't be afraid to go out there and to trial some things that might be right or might not be right for you. But sometimes the only way that we can find out is to put ourselves in that place. And if you get there, hopefully you can learn from me and not beat yourself up, because then you're not going to be able to learn as much as you could if you looked at it from the outside and said, okay, what have I learned? How can I take this lesson forward in my life so that I don't find myself in this situation again? Now, that is a great frame of mind to approach anything in our life with. How can I learn from this